Wagwan, this is episode 2 of the Naijahood NYC podcast. It's your boy Naijahood Nick. My guest with me right now is an all-around entertainer, close friend of mine, I mean, from college. He's a producer, engineer, singer, musician, you name it. My guy, Terminal Beats, also goes by a new name, Gentle Defender. Make some noise.
Thanks so much, Nick. Appreciate you.
Yeah, I can't keep track of all these different names you got, these different aliases.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been up to a lot recently.
Yeah, I see you doing your thing out here, moving back, relocating.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell people who you are, where you from?
Yeah. So my name's Alex Graham. I own and operate Spirit Recording Studio. That's what I'm inside of right now. And I am a audio engineer. I am a musician. I'm also a husband. And I've been doing music for a very long time. I love music so much. I love really good music, and I feel really blessed to be able to do what I do for a living.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I like that. So, who or what inspired you to get into music? Was it like a song you heard? Was it like a concert you went to? Was it church?
Yeah, that's a good question, Nick. Hmm, I, music really got me through high school and middle school. That was a tough time for me. I I went through a lot of bullying and just a lot of loneliness through middle school and high school. And I remember discovering sort of the up and coming chill hop scene at the time. It was a brand new thing, just sort of starting out. And I can just remember being on the school bus and listening to just I had some noise isolating earbuds, and I would just kind of drown the world out and put on some really emotional music that I could really relate to. And I think that really inspired me to start producing. And eventually I started to produce in that genre and kind of took off from there. And now I'm starting to make songs in that genre under Gentle Defender, that are more emotional that people can relate to in a tough season. So it wasn't a particular song necessarily, but I just fell in love with hip hop. I remember hearing hip hop for the first time and all the different subgenres of hip hop, and I just thought it was the coolest thing.
I can get down with that. I fuck with it. Uh,
Yeah.
so moving on. What what were the what was your first thing that got into? Was it producing? Was it the songwriting? Like, what was your
Yeah, I actually started with rapping back in middle school. I had the most corny junk rap when I first started. I mean, it was trash. It was so trash. I made sure I deleted it. I deleted it off the internet. I deleted it off my computer. It was so bad. But some friends and I were just having fun. We just in the basement, just finding beats on YouTube and rapping together. And so that was kind of my first introduction to hip hop. And then from there, I realized, you know what, the rapping wasn't really for me, but I wanted to try the producing. And so I downloaded FL Studio, and that's how I got started in all this.
like, man was a rapper? What was your first rap name?
My first rap name was Shocks, like Shockz. And I always wanted to have like a music video where like I was looking like Static Shock and there was a
Oh
bunch of
god, I was just about to
static.
ask you that. Static was that
Yeah.
Static Shock? Was that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right, all right. So where did Terminal Beats come from?
Um, Terminal Beats is it's really, I think that was just a season of my life. I think Terminal Beats is over now. But the whole idea of the name Terminal Beats came from the concept of terminal velocity, which is like a scientific term that means the fastest that something can become, like the fastest, like if you were falling from the sky, the fastest your body would move naturally on its own would be its terminal velocity. So then I became Terminal Beats. I just thought it was a cool name that just meant like the most intense something can become, just like the word terminal. So I use that.
Okay. So, what was the challenges you faced like building your own studio? Like, you don't gotta get into like financial stuff if you don't want to. No, you don't gotta.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. I'm open book, happy to share. Okay, so there were tons of challenges in building the studio. The entire concept of this studio existing was a challenge. We we were living in Pennsylvania. That's where I met you in Indiana. We were renting a house there, and uh, we were away from all of our community, which is back here in Maryland. And so we wanted to move back home, and the only feasible way to do that financially would be to buy a house instead of renting, because the price of rent, I feel like especially after COVID, just got so expensive that we just really couldn't afford to make that happen anymore. So we prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed some more. We prayed every day for almost a year that God would provide us a house, because I certainly did not have the finances to be able to afford a house. And so after prayer, God gave us step by step, each leg of the journey. He gave us an amazing realtor. The realtor hooked us up with a lot of different properties that were in our budget, which was very, very limited. And eventually we found the house that we're in now. And this house had a detached garage. And in the back of the detached garage was what used to be a pigsty, actually. There were animals that were like the space that I'm in right now used to have pigs living in here. It was just a cinder block room. It had a barn door right over there. Um, and there was a generator in the other room over there. And we obviously weren't interested in doing any of that. So we thought, let's turn this into a studio. So we had demolished the generator room, which was in the other room. And all of our money went into buying the house and putting down a down payment for the house. So I knew that God was calling me to build my new studio. So I just asked God, I need I need your provision to build this studio because I just don't have it. And I prayed and prayed and prayed some more, and the Lord will fund His purpose for your life. And so, uh, before I knew it, my father-in-law said, "Hey, I want to pay for the lumber for the studio." And then a friend of mine, shout out to Austin Wilkes, he saw that I was posting on Instagram that I was building a new studio. And he came in and said that he would level all the concrete floors for free. And he really blessed me in that. All the concrete was all rough and uneven in here. And then through our church, a lot of different family and friends came through, and whether it was demolishing a cinder block wall or it was helping me frame out the different rooms in here, or if it was just whatever sort of manual labor, friends and family really, really came together and made this happen. Um, so I would say the biggest challenge that I overcame was financially. Just I didn't I didn't have the money to make any of this happen, but almost, I mean, there's so much around me that was given to me for free, because I would pray and ask God, like, for the couch that's behind me, for example. I prayed. I was like, God, I need a couch. And I prayed, and next day I saw a couch on Facebook that was, I mean, that's a nice couch back there, and somebody was giving it away for free. So I went over with my trailer and went and got it. And I don't know. I mean, there's just miracle after miracle I could go through, but um, yeah, there were many challenges, many challenges.
That's what's up, man. With the plug out here, I see you. Uh,
Yeah.
so you're now going by Gentle Defender. Is that your artist name, or well, you're a full?
Yeah, that's my new artist name. It actually means my name is Alexander Gareth Graham, and the word Gareth means gentle, and the word Alexander means like defender of men. So my wife actually just randomly had researched what my name means, and she said, "Yeah, your name means basically gentle defender." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, I love that." So
Nah,
that's what I decided to make my artist name.
nah, that's what's up. That's dope. That's
Yeah.
dope. Um, where do you see yourself like 5 years, 10 years from now as like an artist or producer? Do you see yourself eventually working with a label, getting signed, or you want to stay independent and just keep doing what you're doing?
That's a good question, Nick. Honestly, for financial reasons, I would love to be signed and be able to uh, have an advance and just get the payment wise from a record label. I would love that. I'd love to keep putting out some more music, um, trying to release some more stuff soon. But it would be awesome to be signed. Um, I'd love to be able to do music full time. I think I love music. 5 years from now, hopefully we have at least one child. Let's see. Yeah, we don't plan on moving anytime soon, but I would love to 5, 10 years from now um be able to be doing music full time and just continuing to work here in the studio. Um and just I don't know, sinking our planting our feet deeper here in Maryland.
Yeah, I mean, I feel you. I mean, Maryland itself, it's not as like a big music city like that for like networking wise, but like there's a lot of dope artists out there for like to bring to
Yeah.
the studio. Like, but if you do want to do music, I like advise you obviously move to a bigger city when you get your money up. I mean, New York, Philly, Atlanta, California. Um, yeah, one day I hope you could like maybe start a no build another studio out there, in a bigger city. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that would be
It's a
cool.
good idea.
Yeah.
Do you have any future work you're putting out? Any like you have like a new album, a mixtape you're working on?
I'm starting to work on I just had the idea the other day of putting out a new EP of different songs of people who I went to high school with who either killed themselves or died or in prison or whatever, just kind of people who very tragic stuff has happened to that I went to high school with.
Mhm.
And I'm thinking about putting out an EP with just their first name as each track in the list. So I'm thinking about that, starting to work on that. But I also, next Friday, I have a new song coming out. It's called Where We Started. And that's just it's kind of a catchy, like pop hip hop song
Yeah,
about my wife and I when we first met each other.
that's dope. That's dope. That's a dope idea. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
I like that concept. I mean, keeping people's honoring their memory through a song.
Yeah.
Something I would love to do, like musical wise. As for me, I'm kind of taking I took a back seat from the music thing. I'm currently like doing acting. I mean, I'm taking
Oh,
acting.
really?
Yeah, I'm taking acting classes, and hopefully, like I can like get an agent. I mean, start auditioning.
Dude, that's awesome. What kind of things do you like acting for? Like, is like a particular genre of films that you like to act
Um,
for?
I like comedy and dramatic work. Know what I mean,
Oh,
like
okay.
I did drama work back at IUP. You didn't know that. I don't know. And then I started doing comedy. I last night I auditioned for the Groundlings. Groundlings a comedy
Nice.
show. Uh,
Nice.
yeah, I've always wanted to act. This is before the music thing. Like acting was like my passion. I wanted to be on Nickelodeon, want to be one of those Disney kids out there. Um, yeah, it's going good. Currently taking classes. Hopefully, I can get accepted into the showcase. I could start networking with people.
Man, that's awesome. So do you prefer TV shows or movies more?
Just both. Like I've always wanted my own TV show, my own sitcom, like kind of
Okay.
like Will Smith and like Martin. I want to tell my own life story through a show.
Okay.
But like
You know,
I would also want to
um,
do movies and like I want to do like lead roles and stuff like that. I want to carry myself in a movie to be like a lead.
wow, that's cool. That's really cool. What's your favorite TV show then?
I really don't have one, but like I said, I think I would put Fresh Prince of Bel Air and like Everybody Hates Chris because those two shows were like based on my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I love Everybody Hates Chris. That was such a funny show.
Yeah, they should make a dramatic version of it with like what they did with Fresh Prince.
Yeah. Did you
Um,
ever see the episode of um Oh, that show, it was the one where his dad slapped him into a different nationality.
Oh yeah, I saw that
You
episode.
remember that
Yeah,
episode?
when he turned out Asian or some shit. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
'cause
Yeah.
that was the
I
episode when he had the Playboy magazine and he got caught with
yeah,
it.
probably. I don't remember.
Yeah, yeah. That was saying that's my goal as an actor. Like, I want my own like TV show, like a sitcom show. I also want to do sketch comedy. Like, I want to do that too.
Okay.
Like, I love like I said, I love all that Chappelle Show, Martin, and Living Color. Like, 'cause, like I develop my own characters. I want to.
Yeah. Well, get it, man. More power to you, dude. I mean, you've seen some of my journey here. Just go after something, man. Chase it.
Yeah. Um, Back to you. Do you have any dream collaborations you want to work with? You want to do? Like, is there like somebody in the industry or outside the industry that I don't know who you like would want to do like a joint album with or a song with or go on tour with?
Yeah, awesome question. Do you know who Powfu is? You ever heard of him?
Powfu,
Yeah, Powfu.
Powf. Nah, I don't.
Anyway, you should look him up sometime. He's a huge inspiration for me. I would love to get on a track with him. I think we do pretty similar music. He did the song what's it called? It's like called Coffee for Your Head. Don't stay away for too long. Don't go to bed. I'll make a cup of coffee for your head. Anyways, that's the sample of the beat. Um, but yeah, I would love to work with him. Absolutely would love to work with him.
Okay, Powfu. Is he the only person, or you got like a whole list? Like,
Him and yeah, I think he's the main one right now. Yeah, and I just like working with talented people, who are in the same sort of style of music that I'm doing right now. But yeah, he's definitely the main one.
yeah. Like I say, I'm with you. I agree. I don't care how like famous you are. Know what I mean, if I like your music, your style, like I want to work with you. Like obviously, I do want to work with like people like Bruno Mars and like the Wu-Tang Clan and Nas and like bigger artists. But like I like working with like other underground people like you meet at church. Like know what I mean,
Yeah.
people who
Yeah.
have the talent but they don't have like the resources. They don't got the industry connects. They don't,
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
yeah. That's my next segment. I think like more record labels should invest more into the black churches. I mean that because that's where the talent is. We had to bring back
Interesting.
we had to bring back the artist development. I mean because a lot of big name people come from the church. I mean Michael Jackson, R. Kelly, Aretha Franklin, Beyonce all came from the church. Like we came from the church. I mean,
Okay. That's a good point.
yeah. We should I think that more record labels should build more incubators, bring back artist development, especially and snatch people up from the church. You know what I mean the black churches because that's where the
Yeah.
talent is.
Yeah, that's a good thought.
So, outside the music, do you plan on branching out into other vendors fashion or acting? Like,
Um, I would act in something someday, but I don't have any big aspirations to do that. Let's see. Hmm. No, I feel like well, I don't know. Maybe someday I would see myself getting into counseling or some sort of, becoming a counselor, therapist, something like that. I think I have the gift for that, but that's probably a later down the road thing. I like being able to use my studio as an opportunity for sort of music therapy for people. So I could see that becoming a part of my future.
that's dope. Yeah, you got a lot nowadays. You got a lot of like artists who are teaching college courses. Know what I mean, like I could see you being a college professor for a day. Know what I mean, teaching
Yeah,
people
thanks.
music fundamentals or just giving lectures and stuff like that. Giving
Yeah, thank you. That would be fun. I would do that.
Yeah, like you said, you got people like Jay-Z just started his own college at NYU or something,
Oh wow.
The Rock Nation School of Business or something. And you got
Oh
people
wow. I didn't never heard about that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then you got people like Lupe Fiasco did the same thing. He's giving college lectures at I forget what school I think, but he's doing it. Like, giving
Yeah.
TED talks, giving TED. So what made you want to move back to Maryland? Was it like because you miss your hometown?
Yeah, basically just family. All of our community was here, our church was here, our family was here, our friends were here. The only reason we moved to Pennsylvania was before COVID. We were just kind of in a weird situation where our lease was up and we couldn't find a place to rent where we were, and just decided to try living in Pennsylvania because we were self-employed. So we were up there for a little bit, but this is where our home is really here. We both feel at home here.
Alright, that's what's up. Do you like what do you like more like being on camera, being on stage, or being behind the scenes, like producing and songwriting?
Hmm, good question. I don't think I've had enough experience on stage. I've had some experience on stage, but I don't think I've had enough to know. I've had so much experience behind the scenes that I don't have enough on stage experience to know if that's what I would really love more. Um, I I don't know. I feel like I would enjoy doing a concert. I mean, I've done concerts before. Um, so I don't know. We'll see where God ends up taking me with my music and all that. I'm not sure yet.
All right. No, I'm the same way. I like doing both. I like being on camera, being a personality, being an artist, and I also like being behind the scenes, writing and mentoring and curating. One of my biggest inspirations is Quincy Jones, because like he's a man of multiple talents. He went from composing to producing to songwriting. Now he's 90 years old, still mentoring. He's in the studio consulting with multiple artists, telling them how to sing, how to play the piano, put the drums here. Like he's one of those guys that like he got me into music. Like I wanted to be like a multiple entertainer. Like what he was one of the guys who first got credit as being like it's cool to be in the background, and he's still like a well-known name.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, him and like R. Kelly and like Neo, those guys. Like I want to be as like one in their like position to be like both an artist and to be like an executive, a creative in the back.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's why I think like my college degree kind of like helped me a little bit being like a media major. You know what I mean? I can be on stage and be a creative, and with my degree, I can take more executive and management roles behind the scenes, such as
Hmm.
like A&Ring and like mentoring and doing all that.
Yeah.
I do see myself like starting my own like multimedia company, kind of like a Tyler Perry, like a Oprah, being on camera and behind camera.
Yeah. Yeah. I love Tyler Perry.
The work he's done in Hollywood independently, like
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, before him, you had people like Spike Lee and like Robert Townsend. People were doing it before him, but like he took it to another level. Like, well, General Defender, I appreciate you for coming on the show. It meant a lot to me. Know what I mean, I hope one of many interviews to come. I hope our
Yeah.
paths cross again one day. Know what I mean, you and I could we might see each other on tour together one day. Know what I mean,
That would be cool.
we can
Yeah.
collaborate on future music together. Know what I mean.
Yeah. Definitely. Well, thanks for having me, and you're welcome at the studio anytime.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
feel free to reach out if you ever need anything.
All right, y'all. Episode 2, Naijahood Podcast, General Defender, Naijahood Nick.
All right.
All right, y'all.
Peace out, bro.
All right.